Hello and welcome. I'm the Candyman, and in today's video we are giving you a guided walkthrough of State of Decay 2. The goal of this video is to walk you through the first 20 minutes or so to give you some tips and tricks in order to get your community started off on the right foot. Let's get into it. Alright, here we are on the Providence Ridge map with a brand new community to show you exactly how to get started right in State of Decay 2. Alright, so first things first, you want to go ahead and jog on over to this car because in the back there will be a couple of rucksacks for you. So let's check out what we got. Alright, cool. So really, ideally, and when it comes to priority for resources, early game, you'd like to have materials and then food. Now, medicine is good as well. And also, another good find that we have in this trunk is a toolkit. So we're able to fix up the car pretty quickly, which is nice. All right, so we're going to leave this stuff in the car for now. But yeah, like I said, in terms of resources, the first two that you want, or excuse me, you'll take any resources that you can get. I mean, it's the apocalypse. But ideally, you want to focus on getting food and materials. All right, let's search this real quick. Oh, well, we found a gun right away. Fantastic. That's a good start. All right, so we've got ourselves a weapon. But the reason, to go back a second, the reason why you want to focus on food and materials is because if your community runs out of food, your survivors' morale will be in the tank. They will start fighting each other and consuming resources.
If that screamer sees me, it's bad news.
Uh-oh. So as we see on the map, we have the little green man icon, which is a screamer on the left. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy out real quick. So we're going to stay crouched. We're going to walk up behind him, and then we're just going to go ahead and hit the finisher. On my controller, as you can see, it's Y.
All set to call his little friends.
Yeah, we're not going to let it do that. Take him out. Fantastic. Okay, cool. All right, so we see some more zombies over there on the right. But yeah, so let's search this, and then to continue the conversation with resources. So if your survivors have low morale, potentially they can leave the community. And then for materials,
Me? Oh, we shouldn't have.
nice. Got a little gas can here. All right. So, man, we got a lot to say. Okay, this door is locked.
It's locked.
All right, so anytime you have a locked door, you've got a couple different ways that you can go about it. If there's zombies on the other side of the door, you can let them bang on it long enough and they'll actually open the door. Or if you have a stealth specialization on your wit skill, you can actually open the door while crouching. But for now, for most characters, you're going to unfortunately have to bash through it, which is going to create some noise.
Looks like I'm safe for now.
All right, cool. So we're going to start searching here. Now, again, let's go back to food once again. Or excuse me, materials. You need materials to A, build facilities, and then B, to maintain those facilities. So that's why early game food and materials is important. Not that they're not important throughout the rest of the game, especially food, but just early game, that's what you really want to focus on. Okay, so we've got everything that we need. We also found a couple of good things. So we found a gas can, which is great. We also found this pistol, which is great as well. Reason why?
A lot safer with some walls around us.
Yep.
Big walls.
We definitely need some big walls around us. All right, so we're going to give him this survivor. We're going to give him all the stuff in our inventory so we've got more room when we scavenge. But ideally when it comes to weapons, so we found a pistol, which is definitely nice. You know, anytime you found any weapons, it's a good thing. But ideally, make sure there's zombies in here. There's one on the ground just chilling. But ideally when it comes to weapons, early game, you want to try to find, again, you don't have any control over this, but nice, Molotov. Okay, there's nothing here. But early game, ideally, you would like to find a crossbow because crossbows are silent.
Enjoy the peace and quiet while I can.
And they are one shot to the head as well for most zombies. So you can kill, regular zombies. You can't one-shot armored zombies because they have a helmet on their head. But once their helmet comes off, you shoot their helmet off, and then you can one-shot them. You can kill most freaks as well. You can't kill any juggernauts, though, unfortunately. All right, so what we've done is we've actually swapped backpacks. So we started with the 7-slotted backpack, and now we've got this 8 one. We want as many slots as possible early game because we're going to do a lot of scavenging. So grab that stuff. But yeah, so freaks, like I said, you can't kill juggernauts with one shot to the head with a crossbow, and then you can't kill plague ferals one shot. You can kill normal ferals, but not plague ferals with a headshot.
I found everything I'm gonna find.
Nice. We got a rucksack of meds here as well. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and check this area out. So early game, let's talk a little bit about followers. So early game, I'm okay with having followers, and especially at easier difficulty levels like green zone and standard. I'm okay with, you know, kind of okay with having followers, but the thing to keep in mind with followers is that the AI isn't very good. So they will get grabbed in combat a lot and suffer injuries, which is not good. Oh, actually, let me give some of this stuff to
We're not
these other
secure
guys.
until we have a place to live.
All right, so give you this stuff. But yeah, so they'll take injuries, and unfortunately, you cannot heal injuries unless you have either a upgraded infirmary or if you have a first aid kit. So that's how you heal injuries. But yeah, like I said, they are pretty quick to get injuries, so that's why I normally don't like having followers with me. And then especially once you start giving them weapons, oh man, they just start shooting and like they start bringing a lot of attention to yourself, excuse me. So at higher difficulty levels, I definitely recommend against having followers with you for the most part. All right, we got some zombies on the left here, so we're gonna stealth kill them. But at early difficulties, especially early on, you can get away with having followers. So we're gonna take this guy out. Then we're gonna go ahead and backtrack and take these two zombies out. There's one here. There's a regular zombie here, and then to the left you can see a plague zombie. So it's very easy to tell the difference between these two guys because the regular zombies look like normal people, and the plague zombies are obviously red. And that's kind of a theme with all the plague versions, because there's plague versions of every type of zombie except armored zombies. There's no plague armored zombies. But oh, did he drop a plague sample? Fantastic. So we're gonna pick this up. Plague samples are great because you need 5 of them to create a cure. So you want to hold as many plague samples as you can. All right, so we're going to work our way to this building. And again, going back to followers. So no matter what difficulty level I'm on, early game, I always try to spend a bunch of time. So as you notice, like I didn't just run straight to the starter base, right? I scavenged this whole area first, and I'm going to scavenge this one as well. Reason why I do that is because early game, this part of the game, this is one of the few times throughout the whole game that you'll actually have multiple followers with you that are from your community. So what you want to do is you want to optimize their inventory slots, so to speak. So essentially you have extra inventory slots, meaning that you can search and scavenge more, right? So earlier, I did some scavenging, and then as you saw, I transferred it to my other people. Okay, so let's see what's in the bag. Hit this. Oh, we found a suppressor. So unfortunately, we cannot put it on this gun, but we do have a suppressor, which is nice. We also found a toolkit, and then this is just a normal piece of paper.
Secure until we have a place to live.
Okay, so I want to check their inventories real quick because we found a toolkit.
We'd be a lot safer with some walls around us.
And we found a gas can. The reason why I bring that up is because to talk about vehicles, let's talk about vehicles real quick.
Damn, it's locked.
Okay, so it's locked, so we know what we got to do. There's zombies on the other side because you can hear them banging on the door. We're going to bang through the door because it's going to knock them down.
There's always a couple more.
And down you go. All right. We did create sound. As you can see, or you might have saw on our map, actually our people are creating sound now, but there's little like rippling white effects whenever you make sound. So keep an eye on that because that's going to draw zombies. And you can see that little green dot on the map. Look at the map. You can see there's a green dot. That means there's a zombie on the other side of this wall, and he's alerted to our presence because he's green. If he's not alerted to our presence, he would be white on the map, but he is green, so he knows we're here. These guys are, as you can see, the AI is phenomenal. All right, let's go see them fight. There you go. Nice. Okay, look at that. Proving me wrong. Perfect. Good job. But yeah. Anyway, so let's also talk about looting. So looting is pretty intuitive in this game, which is nice. Nice. What I mean by that is you're gonna find resources and items that are relevant to whatever building you're in, right? So we're in a tool shed here. So that's why, actually, we're gonna search this real quick. Oh, perfect. Just like I was mentioning earlier.
Where should I put this?
What we need is a good roof over our heads. We'd be a lot
We
safer
do.
with some walls around us.
All right, so we're gonna give him all the stuff. So like I mentioned, having a crossbow is great because it's one shot to the head. We'll actually show
How
that.
am I gonna fit that?
We'll actually show you here in a second how that works. All right. I also, another thing when it comes to weapons, I don't typically recommend having 2 weapons for the most part because they just encumber you, so to speak. They kind of slow you down a little bit. So ideally, in most situations, you just need one. But yeah, so with the crossbow, like I said, we could take out people with 1 shot to the head. Now, as you notice for most of this playthrough so far, we've been kind of just jogging everywhere, right? In State of Decay 2, stealth is extremely important, but you don't necessarily need to crouch everywhere. Don't feel the need to. I know as a beginner, if you're watching this as a beginner, you may be a little bit, hesitant, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking things slow. I highly recommend taking things slow as much as you can, but you don't need to crouch everywhere. Okay, so we're actually going to fight this guy. We'll let them fight. There you go. Beat him up. Take him down. There we go. Like I said, you don't need to crouch everywhere. You can, but you definitely don't need to. Okay, cool. So we're going back to our base here. I was hoping to be able to showcase the crossbow. So we'll hopefully be able to do that here in a second. And then, oh, here we go. So we're actually going to try to do this. So heads up, I'm actually really bad with crossbows. I've been playing this game for a long time, and I'm still terrible with crossbow. But look at that, 1 shot to the head. What it does do, like I said, it doesn't make sound. It's silent, but it brings zombies to the area because if you shoot one of their friends, they're like, hey, dude, what are you doing? Also, as you can see, there's the little bolt here. There is a chance to be able to recover the bolts as well when you use crossbow. So you can shoot, and then occasionally, not to get too far into it, but occasionally you're able to pick up those bolts off the ground. All right, so we're going to go ahead and claim the base now. Here in a second. I thought I heard some zombies. Maybe not. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and claim the base. Also, I think I was talking about cars and I got
If that screamer sees me, it's bad news.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so we see the screamer to the left. He's on the... How did you see that, dude? You got x-ray vision. All right, so we're going to make our way back to the car real quick because I haven't really talked about the car or vehicles that much, but in State of Decay 2, vehicles are extremely important. Okay, zombie over there to the right. So you want to make sure that you are, we're going to go ahead and fix this car up, but you want to make sure that you're taking good care of your vehicles because they will literally save your life. All right, let me grab.
You gotta put down some fucking roots.
We do. We will put down some roots. Relax,
What we
relax.
need is a good roof over our heads.
Okay. Did we grab the toolkit? No. Who is the toolkit? Oh, I think it's in the back of the car. Okay, cool. So obviously, there's this vehicle here. If you want to, we're not going to do this, and I don't necessarily recommend beginners to do this, but if you want to, you can actually not fix up this starter car. You can actually go into town and try to search and try to find a better car, better vehicle. We're not going to do that. This car isn't great, but it's not. I mean, I want to say it's not terrible, but it's not very good. But really, especially at earlier difficulties, there's going to be so many cars on the map. There's really no. Oh, I was going to say there's really no point, but you can definitely find better vehicles if you want to. Like I said, you don't have to fix this first car up. You can not fix it, and then kind of hope to find vehicle here. But just for simplicity's sake, I always like to fix up that first car. But yeah, it's a personal choice. All right, so there's a screamer here. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you real quick how you can stop screamers from screaming. All right, so here we go. He sees me. He's going to scream. Kick. Get behind him. Take him down. Kicking is an extremely fast attack, and it's a good way to interrupt zombies when they're trying to attack you. So if a zombie spots you, if you're able to just sprint immediately towards them and kick them, just get behind them, or you can just beat them up if you want to as well. It's your choice. Now, something I didn't mention with skills. So typically in the beginning, I like to run around a lot. As you can see, I'm sprinting, right? And it's eating up stamina. But as you sprint, it actually improves your cardio skill.
I feel like passing out.
So try and sprint as much as you can, as long as it's safe, right? Especially during the daytime when you have a lot of visibility, you can run around. Oh, there's a zombie.
You see the Z over there? Made it. Proceeding as planned.
Oof. Okay, knock you down. Very nice. All right, so we're going to fight this guy. Try and get our fighting up.
Good. Time to claim this place and move in.
We will. So anytime you do some hand-to-hand combat, you're able to improve your fighting skills. So my recommendation is to, if you're going to fight, again, you should try to avoid confrontation as much as possible because I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but the more zombies you kill, the more plague hearts you kill, the harder the game gets. So ideally, you want to minimize the amount of killing that you're doing, which kind of sounds counterproductive. But essentially what happens is as you kill more and more zombies, you get more standing. And then what the game does is it actually calculates the standing of all your survivors put together. And then it multiplies that to make the game a little bit harder. So that's why I always recommend, if you're a beginner, to try to be as stealthy as possible. Because the more you kill, the harder the game gets. But obviously, you know, eventually you are going to have to kill. And especially like early game, because we do have a plague heart here who's holding on to this area. So obviously we're going to have to kill this plague heart if we want to settle this area, which we do. And since we're looking at the map, let's talk about this real quick. So plague hearts always start off in the dormant status. You know a plague heart is dormant when you see the little Z's next to the icon. Here's the little plague territory area. So essentially any buildings within this area you cannot claim. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then, yeah, so if you do actions within the plague territory, such as like killing zombies, you will wake up the plague heart. So the more zombies you kill, the higher likelihood of you waking up that plague heart. Also, 2 screams from a screamer will wake up the plague heart, so keep that in mind. And then real quick for strategy, just for this map. So the great thing about Providence Ridge is that there's a huge like hill, or mountainside, cliffside, whatever you want to call it, on this side of the base, the north side of the base. And then that means that you only have to defend 3 sides of your base, right? Because they'll never come from this way. They will come down this main road. Let's say like we woke up this plague heart. It would start sending out infesting hordes over time. The hordes would jump on this road, take it north, and then attack. So most of the time when you get sieged, they're going to come from this way. But they do come from the other sides as well, but just keep that in mind. One last thing when it comes to strategy for specifically this Providence Ridge map is that you would ideally want to kind of clear this area up, claim an outpost here. There's like a fuel place here as well as food right here. Ideally you want to claim probably like this food outpost right here to kind of create a defensive position here, right? So that way if plague hearts, you wake up plague hearts over here and they start sending infesting hordes, you can actually set up traps at your outpost to kill any zombies that try to cross the outpost's line of sight, so to speak. But yeah, so I do like long term for Providence Ridge, you kind of want to work your way west or counterclockwise. Go west, go southwest, southeast, and kill all the plague hearts. But okay, so one last thing that we will mention specifically about Providence Ridge is that, actually let me go, we're going to go ahead and claim it here in a second, but the cool thing about the Providence Ridge map is that it has this Firewatch Tower that we're walking up. This Firewatch Tower actually doubles as a survey tower, right? So you're able to actually survey the land. And I'm going to show you real quick what I mean. See, look at that. We can survey, get a quick lay of the land. And as we can see, some of this stuff is, we cannot claim this because it has that red circle around it, or it's red outlined. That means it's claimed by the plague heart, and we are not able to use it as a potential outpost. All right, cool.
Okay. Nothing more to see here.
Nothing more to see here. All right, and then one last thing to mention about Providence Ridge is that it actually comes with an infirmary. So keep that in mind, that you don't have to build an infirmary because it already comes with one.
It's a bit of a fixer-upper, but could maybe get to like this place.
Okay, so that is the first 20 minutes or so, so we will go ahead and wrap it up here. If you want to find out more tips, be sure to check out our Apocalypse playlist for more. As always, spread the love, spread the positivity, and I'll catch you in the next one.